Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning into this video. I've got my main man here with me, A to the J, Mr. Ajay Singh himself, PE teacher supreme. His school pupils will tell you he's the best PE teacher in the world. Ain't that right?
Well, one of them.
He's been modest. Anyway, Mr. AJ, what have we been up to this week then?
Yeah, listen, we've had some fantastic classes on this week already. Lots of children active, playing football, gymnastics programs. So it's just great to see so many children active in the community. Obviously the school holidays are on, but Tots United is always on.
Brilliant. That's right, at Tots United we have lots of classes on across 7 days of the week. Hundreds of children attending our classes every week. It's brilliant. It's all about getting kids active, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, and especially I think on the back of the Euros, it's a big disappointment with Scotland. We were quite lucky that some of our coaches were there, sending us footage. It seemed like a great atmosphere. Obviously, unfortunately, the football didn't go to plans, Yusuf.
What happened?
We just didn't. I think it could be a number of things. But I'll tell you something, Tots United will be changing that in years to come. You just watch this space, everyone. There will be a superstar. Many to come from Tots United.
But considering the performance of the national team, would you say that, how would you categorise their performance at the tournament?
It's difficult. It's just, I think obviously, we were there, but then we weren't there. We just didn't compete. At times we were too comfortable with the ball, just had to give it a go. That's the real disappointment for me. Give it a go. We're there at the Euros on merit. We've beaten some fantastic teams getting there, but let's have a go. Let's give the team what the Scotland fans are all about. Let's have a go. I just think it didn't happen for various reasons, and we need to change that. We need to change that culture.
What do you think the team was lacking?
I think they were lacking a superstar from Tots United, guys. That's what I think they were lacking. We have got fantastic football programmes on, and yeah, it's difficult to define it. I just felt, kind of middle to the final third, we just didn't create enough. Obviously with the squad there were injuries and whatnot, but that's not an excuse. We have to be a lot better, at that stage. There's other countries there, similar to us, and they've competed really, really well. So we have to change that culture going forward and compete. And it's such a milestone for Scotland reaching these tournaments, but we need to compete. And certainly from the children that we have at Tots United, they were all buzzing. My two boys were super excited watching Scotland, and they kept saying to me, "Daddy, when's Scotland going to score?" And when we finally did get that own goal, I said that was Scott McToney, by the way. They're like, "Dad, are you sure?" So yeah, we just need to give it a go. Really be positive on the ball, be courageous.
But I think some of the comments that we heard from the players after that game when Scotland got knocked out, some of the players did actually say that they gave it their all. So
yeah,
what does that then come down to? Is it just the fact that the team's not good enough? I don't know. What's your comment?
We didn't. We weren't good enough. Let's be honest. At the competition, we were not good enough. We were the team that everybody probably wanted. In the tournament, which we should be. We want to try and change things. The culture of our football, and when we have the ball, let's be positive. Let's get on the front foot. Take the game to other teams as other teams have been doing. You've seen some of the other kind of nations that are competing, like Turkey, for example. They've got through to the last eight, and you try to
some might argue that the population of Turkey, it's huge compared to the Scottish population, which is only about 5 million. So maybe we don't have.
Possibly, but we've got superstars in the team, and we've got the famous John McGinn. Here he is, the John McGinn celebration. We've got John McGinn. He's playing for Aston Villa, who are competing in the Champions League. We've got top players, but we just haven't turned up for whatever reason, and we have to be better because we're trying to inspire a nation. That's what we're doing. We've had a number of children, from our programmes watching, the Euros, up late. My boys are no different. They've been looking forward to it, and they kept saying to me, "Daddy, when is Scotland going to get the ball? When are they going to score?" And you try to justify things, but just give it a go. Let's play good attacking football, and this all comes from grassroots. Certainly with us at Tots United, that's what we're trying to do now. We try to make sure kids have lots of fun, but even at the same time, with our kind of programmes and player pathway, we've got now children competing in fun before games. And we're trying to just be positive with the ball. If you lose it, it doesn't matter, but let's give it a go. Let's get on the front foot.
So the grassroots football then, you'd say that's a very important aspect in terms of training the next generation to perform better at these major tournaments?
Listen, I think so. I think we just have to look outside, look in our communities, and we need get rid of all those no ball game signs and just get children playing as we both did. When we were growing up, we were playing all the time in Areda, Red Blaze Park, we both learn our trade, etc. every single day, but that's what we want kids out playing the game, with Tots United.
That's quite an interesting point that you mentioned there, because generally out and about in Scotland, especially in the west of Scotland where we are, you generally don't see kids out playing, kicking the ball around as you used to back in the day.
No, listen, it's a different generation now. Obviously, there's phones, there's social media, there's lots of different things. But kids are kids. When we certainly see kids coming to Tots United, they're buzzing, they're super excited. But we want to see that all the time. We want to see that everywhere in local parks when we're going out. We want to see kids just playing football because it's a great sport. It's a number one sport for a reason, and it's taught us so many valuable lessons. We're still competing, albeit not the level that we once were, but we still love the game, and we still love going to all of our coaching venues and facilities every day as well. So we just want to try and inspire as many children as possible.
We're obviously doing that with Tots United, getting children active, providing them with a platform that they can not only have a positive introduction to sport, but also flourish in terms of their skills that they're developing, the football that they're getting involved in, the games that they're playing, etc. So we're obviously doing that, but do you feel, in your opinion, does there need to be a more active push at the grassroots level?
100%. Like I said, I think we need to be seeing more facilities, and I think more purpose-built facilities. Obviously, west of Scotland, you can have 4 seasons within 15 minutes, but we need to see facilities open and accessible for children all the time. We've got a lot of now facilities that are closed over summer. We're quite lucky with Tots United. We've still got all of our classes on, at our venues and facilities, but we would like to see our children, being able to go to the local park, being able to go to the local sports centre and access these pitches. If they're not being used, why can't children go on and be active like we did?
That's a fair point, and I think it's also interesting, one of our coaches who went to Germany for the Euros, while he was there, he made the comment that they seem to have a lot of facilities available, but not only that, they seem to be open and accessible to everybody to use.
That is right. That's something that he mentioned coming back when we kind of had a catch-up meeting with him, and he said they were everywhere. He was kind of in a camper van. He said everywhere they went, where they parked, there was a facility, purpose-built, lots of AstroTurf pitches, 5-a-side pitches, and accessible to everyone. It was open, there was no locks, and
people were they were out there, they were playing, they were using it,
they were active, and exercise has got such a a lifelong benefit to everyone. As a society, for your health, cognitively, socially, mentally, everything. And we at Tots United want to see children active in communities, not just here in the west of Scotland, but everywhere.
So we're obviously doing that with the work that we are doing with Tots United in the west of Scotland, but perhaps then there needs to be a bigger, more active push right across the country.
I think so. I think it needs to be one of the decision makers at at government level. That a top end decision has to be made, because at the moment, as we've alluded to with the Scotland national team, we weren't good enough. That's the bottom line. We were not good enough. They were merit, but we didn't turn up. We just weren't good enough from the first fixture to the last fixture, and we need to change that culture where when we go to competitions that people fear us, people think, oh, that's so and so playing, and as a Tots United,
as they maybe did back in the day when Scotland used to have some
fantastic players, brilliant players. We want to see that now. We want to be
Can
one
you
of the
name
teams
some for the guys who might be watching?
Paul McStay, John Collins,
and then even players in
Ali McCoist,
previous era, Kenny Dalglish,
excellent,
arguably one of the best footballers ever.
Great goal scorer, and and nowadays with sports science and everything that a lot of players have got accessible at professional teams. They've got everything at their disposal, and at Scotland national football team, we've got players that are in the professional game at a top level that are playing week in week out against fantastic teams like Manchester City and whatnot. Sports scientists at their disposal. So for us, it's like, why is it not coming through with the Scotland first team? We need to be seeing it, because we've got fantastic players, but for whatever reason things aren't gelling and how it should be. And we, at Tots United, we want to change that. We would love for a success story to come out where in 10, 15, 20 years to go and start, no, they started at Tots United, where did it all begin? And that's what we say to all our children. We're here to inspire communities, get children active, something that we both are so passionate about. And that's what we want our children, loving the game just as we do. And if one of these boys or girls that we have in our programme can go on to make it, what a success story that would be, at Tots United.
Yeah. And we've certainly started in that endeavour with all our classes running. We're super active in the west of Scotland. But in addition to our classes, where kids are coming along, they're picking up the skills, they're training, etc. We also have an affiliation with a team as well that we've set up.
Yeah, that's correct, Yusuf, you're correct. So we've got, obviously, they're TU Superstars, so they compete in a local league, which is a competition. It's 4v4s, they play against lots of teams in a round robin tournament, and it's fantastic, you know. And again, this is a pathway that's available, you know, through Tots United for those that want it and want to continue to excel with the football. And we've got a very diverse team in terms of the demographic that we have got. You know,
it's actually quite amazing to see. I mean, I would say we have arguably one of the most diverse teams.
Yeah, I think so. You know, in terms of who we got with our, you know, our boys.
Children from different backgrounds, cultures, and not only boys, but we've got girls playing in the team as well.
And that's something that the other clubs have alluded to as well, and they've spoken to us about. They said, look, you guys are so diverse in terms
a breath of fresh air, I think.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Some of the coaches said,
you know, we've been competing in terms of, and even the ethos and values that we have, you know, in terms of our values of football is respect. You know, we are always shaking hands before the game. If a player goes down, we'll stop the game, make sure they're okay, and that's something that we try and, you know, give, you know, our players every single day.
We instill that at Tots United.
Yep, through our values and philosophy. Can you speak about that? You said our values and philosophy.
Yeah, guys. So you might have heard that before in our feature video for Tots United. Our values, our core values, which are care and love, and these are acronyms for the values that our classes encourage and help to teach: confidence, achievement, respect, enjoyment, learning, optimism, vitality, empowerment. All of these things come through at every Tots United class, and it's something that we feel very strongly passionate about. And those were core founding philosophies of Tots United, weren't they, Ajay?
Yeah, definitely. And just going back to the football team, I mean, this is, you know, one of our first seasons competing in the league. And, you know, when we first started off, you know, some of the players, the competition's high in terms of, you know, the teams you're playing against, the ability as well. Some of the teams are training 2 or 3 times a week. But certainly from where we are, you know, our players are training once a week, but everything's fun. You know, if they make a mistake, it doesn't matter. As I've said to the parents before, and you know, I've agreed with, look, just anything that you say is going to be positive. You know, we're here to encourage our children.
That's
you know,
focus very much about the fun.
That's
side,
it.
aspect.
The fun side. If they make a mistake, it's fine. And what we've noticed is a real camaraderie between the players. Like, they love it, and we've seen the team, you know, excel so well. You know, when we started, you know, we were getting beat, you know, quite convincing by other teams. We're having to adapt positions, formations. We've got sort of new players coming in, and now we're now winning games, and it's great to see that, and the players are celebrating, and there's a real kind of camaraderie between everyone. And I would say, you know, as much as it's for the children, the parents and guardians that come along, they love it. You know, they're there every Sunday supporting the team. You know, whether it's raining, you know, whether it's snowing, whether it's hailstorm, they are there supporting the children, you know, all the way. And I've said, you know, a big thank you to them, because this does not happen without their support.
No, absolutely. The parents are definitely heroes, and they play a big part in supporting the learning and development of the children who are attending. And you know, that can't be understated. The positive impact that they're having, the difference that they're making, and the role that they're playing, and in the children's learning and development is brilliant.
And certainly for us, you know, with Tots United, we've got big plans. So we've got more teams that are going to be starting at our other facilities. So this is really, really exciting for us. So we're planning to have, you know, 4 to 5 teams now competing in leagues. We just have to tackle it if they're against each other. We've also got, you know, we're planning to have, you know, a little tournament over the summer as well, where, you know, some of our facilities get a chance to compete against each other. So it kind of keeps the momentum going, because at the moment just now there's a kind of summer break for all the teams that are competing in leagues, with kind of players away, kind of coaches, and kind of a lot of the teams that are away on holiday. So we want to make sure our players are still competing and having fun at the same time. So this is something that we both are really excited about.
Brilliant. Yeah, certainly a lot happening, a lot on the horizon, and you know, which is great. And I suppose I'm conscious, AJ, this video's dragging on a wee bit, so, you know, folk might be getting a bit bored listening to us, watching to us.
I talk a lot.
but you know, we're passionate about this, so we could probably, you know, we could talk about it for days on end. But I suppose, just to summarise in terms of this video, guys, it was just an opportunity to have a informal, impromptu chat, I suppose, and get some of our thoughts out there. Commiserations to the Scotland national team on their unfortunate early exit from the Euros tournament. Maybe they can do better next time, but we're certainly doing our bit
getting children, involved in the game as early on as possible, putting all the fundamentals into them. But at the heart of everything we do, it's making it fun for children. If children are having fun, they're learning. And what we've always said, what's our tagline?
The best kids classes ever.
And that came from?
The parents.
Correct.
So, no, absolutely. Tots United, it is something very special. It's all about inclusivity. We've got strong core values. All of that comes through in everything that we do. So it's great, and that starts at such an early grassroots level, and we aim to try and continue that as the kids get older and they come through our programme, and hopefully it's inspiring the next generation, and they're going to benefit from it, and it's a great thing to be a part of and to be involved in. And yeah, maybe one day Scotland will be competing in a better way at a major international tournament.
And hopefully we've got somebody from Tots United there.
That's the dream, that's the ambition.
But even if we don't, we just want to be competing and playing positive football. That's what we want to see. So on behalf of Ajay and Yusuf,
that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I don't know if we call this Tots United TV, but
Tots United TV sounds good.
Aye, let's go with that.
Okay, thanks again.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.